All right, this is question 1 from the 2013 NCEA end of year exam for year 12. Now we've got question E, which is looks a bit of a tricky customer actually. Looking at this, what we've got to do is find the roots of the equation. Now, of course, it's got lots of m's and n's and things, but the root's obviously going to be values of x. So obviously, if we wanted to find the values of n or m that would make this true, we'd use the discriminant. But to find the values of x that are the roots, we'd have to use the quadratic formula. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, let's just lay it out so we can see what it actually looks like. So first of all, I'm going to go cross multiply. So this times this. So let's see what we've got here. We've got x minus m times n. Sorry, whoops, that was, could have done it that way. It doesn't really matter though. So going to be x plus n. That's the first bit. And over here we're going to have x minus n times 2 lots of x plus m. All right, let's expand all that out and see where we get to. Okay, so we've got an x times x, which is an x squared. We've got, in fact, I'm going to make this into 2 separate parts. I can see this could take us a while. It doesn't look that tricky, but I'm sure we can do it. So negative m times n is going to be negative nm. And then we've got a negative m times x, it's negative mx. And we've got an n times x plus nx is equal to, so we're going to have a 2 in the front of this. And we're going to have an x times x, which is an x squared. We're going to have a negative n times m, which is a negative nm. Then we're going to have a x times negative n, which is a negative nx. And then we're going to have the final one, which is which is going to be nx times m, or if you like, plus xm, or mx would probably be a better way of saying it. Okay, I'm going to just rewrite this with all that stuff in this. It's going to be x squared minus mx plus nx minus nm. That's equal to 2 lots of this, which is 2x squared minus 2nx plus 2xm minus 2nm. Now I'm noticing over here we've actually got some of these things. We've got an x squared. So if I took off x squared off both sides, we would end up with that. I've got an mx here, and I've got an mx here. If I added mx to both sides, so I'm going to add mx to this side, I'm going to add mx to this side, or xm, mx, there it is. I've got 3 now. Then I've got an nx. If I subtract nx from this side, and I subtract it from this side, I'm going to get 3nx, there it is. And I've got a negative nm here. If I add nm to both sides, I'm going to end up with a plus nm. I'm going to end up just with nm on this side. So my final thing here is going to equal, I'll rewrite it over here. So I've got x squared minus 3nx plus 3mx, minus nm, and all that's going to equal 0. So we're going to have to find a, b, and c anyway if we're going to use the quadratic formula. So let's find the coefficients of a, b, and c. Well, first of all, I'm going to have to factorize this little bit in the middle here, because I really want to find out what the coefficient for x is. Here the coefficient for x is going to just be a 1. But here the coefficient is going to be, I'm going to put plus here. And what am I going to have in the middle here? I'm going to have plus an x. What's the coefficient of that going to be? So the coefficient here, I'm going to end up with 3m minus 3n. There it is. So x times 3m makes 3mx, and x times negative 3n makes negative 3nx. Good. And then we've got, left on the end, we've got minus nm, all equals 0. So here we've got a equals 1, and b is equal to this thing here, which is 3m minus 3n. And then we've got c is equal to a negative nm. Negative nm. There it is. All right. Now, we're not using the quadratic. We are using the quadratic formula. We're not using the discriminant because we're not trying to find the values of n or m which makes the equation true. Excuse me. Instead, we're trying to find the roots of the equation. So in that case, we have to use the quadratic formula, or find another way of doing it, like splitting the square or something. We're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and use the quadratic formula. So we're going to have x is equal to plus or minus b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So what does that look like? Well, it's going to be plus or minus b. Well, b is this thing here. Oh, sorry, minus b. What am I doing? Not plus or minus, it's just minus b. Here it is. By the way, hats off to the person who discovered the the quadratic formula. It's really quite a little beast, isn't it? So I got 3m minus 3n plus or minus, and we're going to have to fit all this under here somehow. So b squared is 3m minus 3n squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative nm. It goes over there. Right. All over 2a, which is all over 2. Now I'm looking at this. We can expand that out. I'm not quite sure how much more we can do to that, though. So let's do that now. Let's expand that out. So I'll do it up here. So we're going to have... yeah, I'm just looking at how much more actually could one actually do to it. Well, I can factorize this thing. So that's going to be a minus 3 out the front, negative 3 n, negative 3 n, and I've got an m here as well. N, in fact, it's going to be n minus m. Looks, no, it's not. It's the other way around, because it's, yeah, it is. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm looking at this. The question really is, if I've got a negative there, what times negative 3 makes negative 3m? And the answer is going to have to be just an m. And next thing is, what times negative 3 makes negative 3n? And the answer is just going to be just an n. So I'm going to have to put, because it's negative minus, so minus n here. So I think that looks about right. I'm struggling a little bit here. M minus n looks correct. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So it's going to be plus or minus. Sorry, you can't see that. Plus or minus. Now, I'm actually going to have to expand all this out. I can't do it here. So I'm going to write it on the next line. So this is going to be 3m minus 3n. 3m minus 3n minus 4 times negative nm. Okay, so this is going to be 3 3s are 9, so it's going to be 9m squared. This is going to be minus 9n squared. This is going to be minus 9nm. And this one here is going to have to be minus 9nm again. Right, okay, here it is. And this is going to be minus, plus 4nm. All right. So that kind of looks about right. Okay, so let's group all this together. So we've got 9m squared. This bit here is going to be minus 18nm minus 9n squared plus 4nm. Well, negative 18nm and plus 4nm means that we're going to end up with a 9m squared minus 14nm minus 9n squared. So all that then there means we've got this here, and I'll put a little line here. That means that x implies that x equals, now we're going to try and squinch all this in, but I don't really see, to be honest, how we can do it in a way that is going to, we'll put x here. I'll just make that x here, and I'll just put an arrow here, because I need all the space I've got here to really fit all this in. So I'm going to go like hit in and go like there. So this is going to be negative 3m minus 3n plus or minus square root of, and see, in a way, I don't think we need to expand it, but we probably do need to expand it because we need to resolve the fact that you can subtract this bit here from the brackets here. So you probably do need to do that. So it's 9m squared minus 14nm minus 9n squared all over, and it's going to be 2a, which is over 2. So they're the two factors, really. So it's this plus this over 2, or it's this minus this over 2. I'm wondering if we probably should actually write that out. So therefore, either x, I'm going to, I'll try and fit it in there, x is equal to this, which is negative 3m minus 3n plus square root of 9m squared minus 14nm minus 9n squared over 2, or x equals same thing, minus 3m minus 3n. Oh wait, what am I doing? I actually had that in brackets. Minus 3m plus n. Yeah. So 3m, 3n. Sorry, I'm just teasing this out in my own mind, so I've got it right. So yes, so we're going to have to say, so yeah, I would keep it in the brackets. I would go back to the original we've got here, which is minus 3m. We're going to get m minus n. M minus n makes a lot of sense. Then we're going to say minus, and then we have all of this again, which is 9m squared minus 14nm minus 9n squared all over 2. So that's the way I would do it. I don't see how we can take it any further than that. I think that's as far as it can go. But I think that looks about right. Let me know if you disagree. But they would be, as far as I can see, the two factors. This looks, unless of course this is a perfect square, which I don't think I can't see that is a perfect square. If it were, we could just get rid of the square root and we're done. We can then add these together and divide by 2. But I don't think we can unless I've made a mistake here. Anyway, that's what I would do. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense.